This is the Idaho Falls River walk trail or bike trail, and on the, I guess it would be kind of the south end, it starts at Sunnyside Road, goes through somewhat of an industrial area. It's approximately 12 miles long, and from the Idaho Falls luxury, oh look at that, you can see the waterfall over there a little bit. From the Idaho Falls RV resort, there's a gate, and you can go out the gate to access this trail. I'll take you along for a little bit of the ride. This is the Snake River. There's the RV park, there's my rig. There's also rental scooters. There's the back gate to the park. There's rental scooters. They're still doing that here. It's funny, a lot of cities have gotten rid of those because of the liability. This is some kind of a city park here, which is right next door to the RV park. I'll throw the name of the city park up on the video. It's a weekday, so it's not very busy, but boy, it sure is nice and shady in here. I wonder if there's a boat launch over there. Looks like there's some day camping. It's very warm here. This warm weather continues. I can't seem to escape it. I think it was 95 today, and I'm again on my favorite non-electric bike. Yeah, there's water and sewer dumping there. I see how this goes. Oh, interesting. Wow, look at that nice willow tree. I haven't fished in the Snake River yet. I got to get a license, but I'm definitely going to. Like a lot of towns, especially old cities, you can't see here, but you know, these industrial areas, you know, popped up around the rivers back, you know, 100 years ago. Like this looks like some kind of a mining or, you know, rock crushing, concrete crushing facility. It's kind of sad because all this stuff is, in part of this river is along the edge where they had industry. It looks like the city chose to put a fence on the side here to block it. I'm going to ride about maybe 5 or 6 miles. Oh, there's marmots. Oh, wow, I've never seen a marmot. Interesting. I'm gonna go back. Well, I guess they're hiding. They ran across the road. I read that there's marmots here. I've never seen one till just now. They're big. God, they look like a prairie dog. We'll see if any more cross the road. This path is very nice. It's about, oh, I don't know, maybe 14 feet wide. Looks like about 7 feet in each side. Yeah, so you can see over here. Well, maybe you can't. But this looks like a prefabricated concrete, you know, for public works structures. Some of the stuff I used to work with. Anyway. Yeah, it'd be really cool to get on a boat and go up this river. It's wide. The area across from the park, from one side of the river, here's another rental. From one side of the river to the other is almost 700 feet, which is huge. I don't know the depth, but I'm going to find out. I like statistics like that. It's neat to know all that stuff. For what family's left, I'm still here. Anyway, you can see behind me the Snake River. I don't know, I think a few people are still following my channel. I've got about 921 subscribers, which I just find fascinating. I don't put out very many videos, and some of them are just stuff like this. I'm gonna ride over to a park. Man, it is hot. I think it's still 90 degrees out, and it's almost 6 o'clock. Explains why there's nobody on this trail. On the internet, it says some people ride their bikes on this trail to work. But I don't know where they could possibly live, because from the park, where the beginning of the trail is, there's really no houses around here. Wow, look at the weights on this crane. 4,250 pounds per disc. Wow. Cool. Structural people will understand more about that. God, there's another one of these little rentals. So this is Panchir Street. So give you an idea of how big this river is. I'm going across it on this bridge. Man, this river is huge. I can see the bottom. It looks like it's only about 10 feet deep. There's some big rocks in there too. I'm gonna ride over and see what this Snake River landing is. Looks like this area went through some kind of revitalization in 2008. I'm now on the other side of the river. People are, for whatever reason, they're tying locks up onto these things. I guess it's become another one of those things where they hook locks to the fence. Yeah, this is really well done. There's a bunch of restaurants over here. Trains. I see the, I'm not going to be able to show it, but yeah, the river's huge. And it's a lot cooler right here by the water. I'm going to keep going on the trail. But yeah, I took a little detour. I crossed the bridge and wanted to see what this development was. I see a bunch of pubs, which is kind of a nice thing to see, considering when I was in Utah there are no pubs. Really, I mean, no really pubs to speak of, but yeah, there's a bunch of restaurants over here and stuff. People sitting outside. This was really well done. Hi. This is very neat. Wish I knew more about the history. There's some kind of a plant here that the water, maybe it's a hydroelectric of some kind. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, because there's the equipment right there. Man, this is beautiful. It looks like something you'd see at Disneyland. Whoa. Man, this is... I'll find out what this is. Yeah, they really made this into a beautiful park. This bridge, river. Sorry, I don't want to make you dizzy. Look at this duck down here. She's only got one baby. This is another chunk of the river. This is the part that feeds into the hydroelectric. Look at here, it goes right underneath this road. I'm actually crossing another bridge. This is so interesting how they did this. There's another section here. The water. It's going to be confusing on the video. I'm not sure how I'll put all this together to make it understandable. This river forks off into several different sections. There's a bunch of waterfalls over there. This is really stunning. This is a true treasure for this community. And a lot of this looks like it was somehow man-made, or this beam wall. It must have been used to divert the water, because that stuff on the top goes towards the hydroelectric, and this is part of the regular river. There's a big Mormon temple down there. But yeah, this waterfall goes for, looks like a quarter mile or more. I'll find out a little more about the history and I'll put it on the video, but this looks like this wall was constructed at some point, probably decades ago, to route the water up here to head down over there to the hydroelectric plant. And I'm guessing a lot of this rock came from up in this area and was built like this. It is really something. There's a bunch of hotels along here. There's a big Quality Inn and Suites over there, and there's a couple behind me. So I'm headed back the other way now. I've ridden about 3.3 miles. So this is the hydroelectric side. Somebody I talked to said there's 4 generators on this river that he knows of, and that big thing that I had videoed a minute ago, that big wall where the water's diverted, he said was built in the 50s. You can only imagine what it would cost today to do something like that. This to read it in the video if you'd like. Turbine generator. I've only ridden about 3.6 miles, so it'll be 7 miles round trip. I'm headed back the other way. I won't make this video any longer than it needs to, but yeah, this river trail is actually really well done. There's all these little areas down here you can see below that you can walk down there and sit. I'm not sure, but I think this might be some kind of a school. I noticed a few wild berry vines along here too. Didn't see any berries on them though. I think it's not the right time of year. Here comes a nice boat. This is really cool that people are not so used to seeing people on a river on jet skis and in pretty fast boats in the middle of a city. I'm trying to think of where else I've seen that. I mean, places like Havasu and all that stuff, you know, on the Colorado, but yeah, this is a little different. Yeah, he's not going very fast. That guy was all set up for fishing. Sorry about the camera shaking so much. It's not as easy with it as it is to do this when I'm on my electric bike. People around here are very nice. I just ran into a lady with her kids. They were riding their bike and they just got back from a trip in San Diego. They were staying at a hotel in La Jolla. Thought that was kind of funny. She said she loves San Diego, and I said, well, La Jolla's not the... La Jolla's as an exception. It's not the standard. I'm not sure if she realized she was probably in the most expensive... Well, she was in the most expensive zip code in San Diego County. Anyway, I'm going to turn it off for now. Hope you enjoyed this little bike ride. It's what keeps me going. Without an RV, I wouldn't be seeing all these places. Take care. We'll talk soon. Safe travels.